Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How in the heck is everybody? Are we doing good? It's Thanksgiving. What? Thanksgiving, y'all. I don't know. I had to put a spin on it. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm out walking the dogs. It is chilly. It is cold. It has been pouring down rain, but I found a break in the weather, and I'm like, score, and headed outside before it got too bad. It's been Oregon, you know? So happy Thanksgiving. Well, at least to those of us in the United States. To everybody else, it's just Thursday, you know? So happy Thursday. We'll say that. Happy Thursday to everybody. Because it's Thanksgiving, I am going to start off with a couple of things I'm grateful for. And I'm grateful, number one, for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I've had more and more people checking out my podcast, and I am so thankful. I feel grateful. I am appreciative, and genuinely means a lot. So tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell everybody. Shout it from the rooftops to listen. But thank you. I appreciate it because, again, I'm well aware of the fact that you have so many other options, and I am not by any means, some wise, enlightened person, and I'm not, half the time I'm literally rambling, like I say. I'm just rambling and babbling, giving my thoughts, and sometimes I'm very passionate, and I get loud, and I get fired up, and other times I cry, and I'm feeling all emotional. And so, the fact that you guys continue to listen in spite of all of my nonsense is something I am very grateful for. So thank you. I'm also very grateful and thankful for the opportunity to now dictate where my life goes. I have been working diligently to get my kennel going, and shout out to all of my customers who have reached out to me. I've had so many customers reach out to me and ask me when my kennel's going to open, that they want to be on the wait list, that they're not happy that I'm gone, and it means the world to me, because it's always nice when you've been somewhere for a long time and you develop a relationship with people that's beyond customers. You become a family, and you genuinely care about the well-being of their dogs and them, and you learn about their life, and you get to know their dogs really well, and you can't just be customers really in that capacity. You do develop a relationship, and I've worked with some people there that don't do that. It's just business, and they don't take the extra steps, and people notice that, especially when they're trusting you with their pets, with their family members, their furry family members. They want to feel that you're not there just for the money, but I'm thankful that my customers have been are wanting to come to me, and I'm thankful for the people whose dogs I've been watching. I've been watching many dogs and had the opportunity to still keep in contact with a lot of our customers by watching their dogs. So shout out to them. I don't want to say their names because, I don't know. But shout out to everybody that's reached out to me, everybody that's encouraging me to open up my kennel, and that they want to be on that wait list, and that have been asking where I am. And I've had people say that it's weird now that I'm not there. And so I'm also grateful to not be around really toxic people and backstabbing people that are batshit crazy, narcissistic, incredibly narcissistic, that get things in their head, that think things, and then because they think it, they will just swear up and down it's true. Those that like don't work very hard but want everybody else to work super duper hard and then complain that everybody else is not working hard while they're doing the least amount, that kind of stuff. Or alcoholics, or just, I don't like aggressive yelling and screaming and then I start yelling and screaming, which is not good. Two wrongs don't make a right. If someone's screaming and yelling at me, I definitely shouldn't scream and yell back, but it'll just be nice to not be around liars, backstabbers, manipulative people, very manipulative, very passive aggressive, and then also just batshit crazy and aggressive that gets things in their heads and then thinks that they're perfect and they're incredibly narcissistic and say one thing and then mean something else. One thing, they're like, oh, I love doing this. I love doing this. I love it. It's great. I can do it all by myself. I don't need any help. I need no help. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I can do it as long as I can just focus on my job and not have to do anybody else's. And then that person will end up getting a lot of help and need a lot of help, while the rest of us now have to stop what we're doing and we get behind on our jobs. And then at the same breath, they're like, I didn't ask for help. I didn't need help. I don't need help. I can do all of this. It's frustrating. So I'm glad and thankful that I'm not in a toxic situation, but I do very much miss my customers. And I don't miss the customers. Again, when they become family, they tell you things, they confide in you. And current people that work there don't want to believe that customers tell you things. And they'll let you know if they like the staff. They'll let you know if they like the care for their dog or not. And there's a big difference, according to our customers, between myself and the rest of the staff. And I take that extra time. I took a lot longer to do things because I was busy doing everybody else's job that they say they didn't need help with and didn't ask for my help. But then anytime there was any kind of little bit of issue, it was, I need help. I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. If I just had the right equipment, if I just got paid more, if I just had certain days off. And then when that person gets all of those things and gets every day off that they've asked for, which has been a lot, like a lot of days, and they've had every single one, never been told no, all the equipment that they asked for, got the pay raise they asked for, and it's still, oh, well, if I had this, okay, so you got all the things that you wanted, and you're still unhappy. Maybe you just genuinely don't like the job. No, it's because that person wants to take over, and that person wants to, they just are the narcissistic type that thinks that everybody is there to make their lives easier. They don't care about if they're giving you more work. They don't care about what money you're making. They don't care about your days off. They don't care about what you're going through. That same person's like, I want lots of overtime. I want overtime. I really need the overtime. I really need the money. I really need the overtime. And then anytime that they do the overtime, they're like, I'm working too much. I'm working too much overtime. I'm working too much overtime. I'm working too many holidays. I shouldn't have to work the holidays. Well, when you volunteer and you go out of your way to volunteer and you say that you want the overtime, that would mean that you would work overtime. And it would also mean that other people don't want to work on a holiday that falls on their day off, because now that person is getting, especially when that person is on salary, because now that person is working a holiday, not getting overtime for it, and they're working on their normal scheduled day, which means now they're only getting 2 days off instead of the 3 days off that they usually get. So they're losing a day off and they're not getting paid overtime. Why would anybody want to do that? So it's just frustrating. I'm thankful to not have hypocrisy and narcissism and just never being happy, even though you've been given the sun and the moon and the stars. And then meanwhile, I had seniority and never asked for anything at all, except for not to be a groomer. That I didn't put in a job application to be a groomer. I didn't apply to be a groomer. I didn't say I wanted to be a groomer. I was doing it as a favor, and I specifically said, the minute that a groomer comes, I'm out. And when your bosses are like, well, but I don't understand why you're upset. I've given you all this grooming equipment. I'm like, me? You've given me grooming equipment? I'm not the groomer. You're not doing that for me. I didn't ask for that. I'm not asking for anything except for not to be a groomer. And I've been there for 7.5 years, ran that place. The customer base is all staying there because of me. They've told me this. And again, that's when they're like, no, they didn't. They don't tell you that. What do you know? Don't tell me my customers don't tell me things. They do tell me that. They do tell me when they don't like staff. They do tell me when they don't like owners. They tell me many things. That's why I have like 40 phone numbers of my customers, because I love them and they're like my family. But when you are the newest person and yet you've had several schedules, you've gotten your schedule, anytime you wanted your schedule changed, boom, you got it. Any day off you wanted, which is a ton, boom, you got it. Anytime you wanted overtime, boom, you got it. But that same person was not the one that was there when it was icy and we had to stay the night, and I hadn't seen my fiance in 5 years and hadn't spent any holidays with them and wanted more than anything to just have holidays. And instead, we had to get stuck in a house that at the time had no internet, no cable, no TV, no internet, a blow-up mattress, and a lawn chair. The heating system was out because the power went out, and we were trying desperately to keep dogs alive, keep the pump alive, the pump from not freezing, which was like a $10,000 pump, and the pipes from not freezing. Couldn't go anywhere to eat anything, to get food, because the roads were icy, and I had the car stuck up at my house, and he was stuck down working, so he had no car. I couldn't go anywhere because I lived on a very tall, windy hill that was full of ice and trees. And so it's just frustrating when people will sit there and tell you that they want something and they want to help, but they do none of the big stuff. And when you're doing that for 8 months, you are taking care of a place that you don't own, and you're not getting the holidays with your family, and you're not getting to go to bed at night with your family. You're not even getting to eat for like a week because you can't go anywhere, and you're freezing to death, and you can't use your cell. All you can use is your cell phone for entertainment. No TV, nothing. Like, it was just, I hate it when people act like they're doing everything and they're disappointed in everybody else. It's like, look inward. Look at how many people help you every day. I had to run that place while bathing dogs, drying dogs, grooming dogs, doing the office, doing the phones, and then everybody would leave at 4 o'clock right when I needed to do the end of the day stuff. Sure, some of the end of the day stuff would get done, but people would forget that you can't vacuum and mop and do a lot of stuff like clean the kennels out, and people still come in and still call. So you're trying to answer phones and check dogs in and do stuff. And do laundry and all of that, because I was also someone that never ever left things for other people. People forget that I got left with stuff. I always got left with laundry, left with tags, left with filing. I also do the extra stuff. I always check and make sure that every dogs have a small bowl, that latches are latched, that tops of kennels are latched, that every dog smells good, that their stuff smells good. I make sure that things get done. And so I took longer to do stuff because I also would send videos and pictures to people. So it's the details is my point. And when someone isn't even doing their job well, but then they're pissed because they feel everybody else isn't doing their job while they're the ones helping you with yours and everyone's helping you with yours, it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating when that person is new too and has demanded a pay raise, demanded time off and certain days off, and asked for things and asked for things and asks for things and asks for things and says that they'll be happy if they get these things and still aren't happy. And they're the newest person and they took that job, wanting that job, and clearly don't like the job. So that's frustrating. It's frustrating when they backhandedly say things under their breath instead of to your face, or they get together with the owner and the owners are like tee hee hee hee, and they get together like school kids because they're young and stupid and can't handle anything. It's sad when you're with people that can't handle stress and they freak out over everything. It gets exhausting. So I'm so glad to not be in a bad environment, and I'm so glad to still have my customers to talk to, and I'm glad that I can now make my own choices. I'm thankful that I can, there's a job that I applied for that I'd be making $1,200 more a month and every benefit under the sun plus a 401k. And I would be off at 5 o'clock on the dot. I'd have all holidays off. I would potentially be making $2,000 more because there's a pay scale. And so if I start at the low end of the pay scale, I'd be making $1,200 more than I was. If I go to the higher end of the pay scale, I'd be making up to $2,000 more. So anyway, I'm thankful. I sound bitter, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Again, I miss the dogs and my customers so much. But when people do you dirty, when you go out of your way to do things for them, when you're wiping butts and, cleaning up messes and putting out fires while your own life is going to shit and your own life has horrible, very big deal stresses going on, and you can't even deal with your own life because you're too busy dealing with people that can't handle theirs, and then they do you dirty. It's not great. It's not a good feeling. I've put the most amount of time into that place, and I know for sure that, especially, again, judging by everybody that's reached out to me, I know that people felt the same way about me that I did about them. It's like family, and I miss them. I miss the dogs, but I do not miss a single person that I had to, I do miss some people that I worked with. And sadly, they're the younger people. The younger people acted a lot better. And then have you ever noticed that there's those parents that have kids, like, if you had a kid that accidentally burnt your sister's house, and then you have the audacity to be mad at the sister, and then they're like, oh no, it actually wasn't my son's fault, it was something else. Really? Why did you say it was your son's fault and that it started, this is weird, why is the story changing? And then they have a daughter who is a pot stirrer. She just loves to stir the pot. And she starts shit all the fucking time. It's just people like that. I'm sick of it. At least I just tell you. And that may be bitchy, but so I'm thankful to not be in that environment. I'm thankful for my son's health, both of them. I am thankful for my grandkids. I am thankful for my, I'm going to call her my daughter-in-law. I am thankful for my family. We'll say that. I am thankful for my health. I am thankful for the fact that I have shelter. I have food. Very thankful for those things, especially given the fact that I am, here we are, it's winter, it's cold, and I take this time. My family and I have always every year taken time to go and hand out blankets and to people and hand out hats and clothes. I save up like all of my sweatshirts that I no longer fit in and bring what I can, and we go to nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and visit people because, again, let's not be narcissistic. It's not just about us. I love to help people, and again, I don't think you should help people because it makes you look good. I don't think you should do it for a plaque on the wall. I think you should do it because it's genuinely, it's good to help people, because doing things for other people lets you know, helps you appreciate what you have. I feel like it makes us more grateful for the things we have, and plus paying it forward is always a good thing, to pay it forward. I love buying people coffee, going to coffee shops and buying the person behind me a coffee. But, so today, if it's not your Thanksgiving, still, you can be thankful. You don't have to be thankful just on Thanksgiving. In fact, I hope we're not thankful only one day a year. That's pretty sad. I just realized I kind of made this like sort of a bitchy, sassy Thanksgiving episode. I sound very snarky, but I'm not. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy, and I'm feeling blessed, and I love so much how much my customers have reached out to me and how much they've helped me and encouraged me and stood by me. I love that. It means the world to me. And again, this has given me the opportunity to get my kennel going. So that'll be good. Me working with others. And by the way, I don't think I'm not a picnic either. That's again what makes me mad is I admit when I'm not a picnic. I apologize for things. I have yet to be apologized to. No one has apologized to me. Nobody has apologized for me. And I've had that same coworker flip out on me numerous times. No apology. We just acted like nothing happened, which means I forgave her. I moved on, and she got away scot-free. So many times she's attacked me and flipped out on me. Like 2 weeks after she started working there, in front of everybody, she lost her mind. I don't ever get apologized to, and I never got an apology from my bosses, ever, for the shit they've put me and my son and my fiance through, which was a lot of shit, a lot. Never got an apology. Instead, they just backstabbed me and looked for things to hate, even though I've rescued them out of a million situations and encouraged them and sent them positive, happy things and tried to encourage them. And then I got mad when they would lie to me, like a normal person. I would flip out and be a bitch when I got lied to over and over and over again. I would flip out and be a bitch when I would get accused of things that I wasn't doing, and they'd say things like, well, you're making more money than everybody else. That's not my fucking issue. Listen to what I'm saying. My only issue is I don't want to be a groomer. That's the only thing I've asked for. I've been here the longest. The reason that this place is still open, because Lord knows when they took over, the place would have had to close. And all I have asked for, I didn't ask for time off, never asked for time off, never asked for a raise, never asked for my days to be changed, never asked for anything. I didn't ask for equipment. So every time they would do that, they'd go, well, we gave you new grooming equipment. We spent a fortune on grooming equipment. That's not for me. That's for Jessica. And the fact that you think it's for me and the fact that you think it helps me out only proves that you haven't been listening to me. That I don't like grooming. I'm not a groomer. You have a groomer now. I want no part of it. So the fact that you think all this equipment is for me and that you're doing me a favor pisses me off because I didn't ask for it and I didn't want it. We needed it. We needed it very, 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 very much, but it's not for me. And then they're like, oh, well, we got you laundry service. You didn't get me laundry service. I'm not the fucking maid around here. I'm not the maid. I'm not the housekeeper. You got all of us laundry service. You got everybody laundry service, and I actually tried to talk you out of that to save money. Well, we gave you a week paid off. That was when you first started working here, because I was working for like 8 months. I was working like 60 fucking hours, and you owed it to me. And you gave everybody got a week off. Those that did not work overtime, those that did not keep your business and dogs alive, people that didn't put in the time and energy, people that did not have horrible, horrible things going on in their personal lives, as well as trying to keep your business afloat, you gave everybody a week off. So he kept trying to act like he's doing stuff for me. And I'm like, you've literally never done anything for me. It has been for the kennel and for the other person, not for me. It was never for me. You still, after the 2 years they'd been there, still hadn't given me what I wanted. Well, you don't have to groom. Really? Tell that to the groomer that always asks for my help and asks everybody for help and then claims that they never ask for help and don't need help and can bathe and dry and groom dogs all on their own if they just had the right equipment and just had the right hours and just had the right dogs and could focus on just grooming and not the office. So then she gets all those things, and guess what? Still needs help, which is fine. There's a lot of asshole dogs, but just don't claim that you're doing all the work. Stop claiming that you're the one doing all the work, watching as we need time management. That's when I knew they were in cahoots. And that's when I knew people were going behind my back, when they were both like, it's about time management. Really? Because I'm not the one on my cell phone. I'm never on my cell phone. I'm too busy doing everybody's job. So my time management skills are fine. The reason that I'm doing everybody else's job is because their time management skills aren't good. You're not booking the proper grooms. You're on your phone all the time. You're taking breaks all the time. You're spacing out all the time. You're ADDing out all the time. It's your time management. You have the opportunity to schedule your own dogs and how many you want. This is not a me time management. I fucking did everybody's job plus my own. Anyway, so I'm so thankful that I'm not in that environment. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to be picky about what I want to do. I'm thankful that, like I said, for my health, my family, and I am thankful for my friends. So it's going to be good. I feel so much less stressed because, again, I've had dogs that I've been, my customers have asked me to watch their dogs, so I've been keeping busy watching dogs, and I love that. So I've had money, which has been good. So I like it. My health, as far as I know, is okay. So I'm just feeling all around thankful. And I'm so, again, bleeping thankful for you guys. Although I've been doing a lot of really cranky, aggressive podcasts. I need to go back to, you'd think on Thanksgiving I'd be like, I love everybody. Everybody love everybody. Gosh, I'm feeling it. I'm sorry. I need to tap my third eye 21 times and calm the F down. I'm trying to talk to my son about leaving a bad situation as well. There's just so many better opportunities for him. So much. He can make a lot more money, have benefits, better schedule, and not be around toxic people that try to pass the buck, try to make up things in their head because they're crazy. And when people tell them they're crazy and they don't believe it, or tell them they're narcissistic and they don't believe it, when people get things in their head, they just think it's true. They don't need proof. They don't need evidence. They just get a thought, and then they try to piece together things to try to make their thought correct. And that's annoying too. So I want him to get out of bad situations. Again, he's no angel. I'm not an angel. We're both assholes. We've been assholes. I've been a fucking bitch sometimes. I've been an absolute bitch. I'm not lazy. There's never really times I'm lazy. I'll be lazy for like 5 seconds because I rarely would get lunches. And if I did get a lunch, I never took breaks. So once in a great while, I'd maybe be a little bit lazy for like 5 seconds. But I can be a bitch. I can be a handful. So I don't think I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. But again, I apologize for my things, and I admit that I'm not perfect. First one to admit it, and I always apologize, and I end up forgiving people that don't apologize to me. And that's frustrating. But it's okay, because I'm alive, and life is good. I'm away from that, so it feels good. I sound like I'm cranky. I'm just actually very happy to get that off my chest and be like, never realized how toxic it was being there. Again, not with the customers and not with the dogs. That was my sanctuary. I absolutely would stay and love on the dogs. And when I did stay and love on the dogs, I would admit it. I'd be like, I'm not here because I'm doing extra work. I'm not bitching today because today I chose to stay late. I chose to be with the dogs because the dogs, again, it was me that always stays with the dogs. It was me that took the dogs out and loves on them and made sure they're not just sprayed stuff on them, but I actually cleaned them. I got to know the customers. I asked questions because I care. I'm not just doing a job. So I'm glad to be out of that situation. Anyway, what are you thankful for? Even if it's not Thanksgiving, again, you can be thankful. Are you thankful that you have my podcast to listen to on the way to work or, while you're in the shower getting ready for work or maybe you're going to sleep, I don't know. But I'm grateful for you, and I hope that the rest of your day goes amazingly well. I hope that life is going well for you in general, and remember, control the things you can. Control the things you can control, and let go of the rest. As hard as it is, you just got to let go of the shit that is beyond your control. And make it happen. Work it, own it. Make it work. All right, until next time.